Blitz on 2 is sponsored by Charleston County Parks, Charleston Heating and Air, Morgan & Morgan, and Steen Enterprises.
Oh yeah, everybody, it is that time again. I'm Mark Morgan. So glad you're with us. Another terrific slate of high school football games right here on the Blitz on 2.
That is right. I'm Dan Fanning. Welcome into Week 7, where West Ashley High is still undefeated. Ashley Ridge trying to knock them off their perch of Highway 61 in Somerville in our game of the week. And West Ashley has won the last 2 games against AR in both the Kiefer Fiddler meetings. First quarter, AR first drive, 4th and goal, handoff to linebacker Christian Garland. Fiddler rolls the dice. Garland hits all 7s. 7-0 Swamp Foxes. Ensuing West Ashley drive, they go for it on 4th. Some mix-up now. Carmine Martinez falls on it. AR takes over. Another 4th down. Ensuing a drive here, down now in the second quarter. Garland tries to move the chains, but he is swallowed up by a host of Wildcat defenders. West Ashley stands. Then Wildcats trying to punt here on 4th down, under 3 minutes to go in the half. Alex Ledford with some news to Karma off the edge, blocks the punt. Foxes take over in great field position. Xavier Proctor Floyd turns the short field into 6. Deep to Matthew Phillips, strike up the band, 14-0 AR, and we go to the board. How about it? The Swamp Foxes hand West Ashley their first loss of the season by your final of 17-0. Now tonight was homecoming in Cane Bay. The Cobras hosting the Knights of Stratford. Stratford's Matt Haas with the first to get some points on the board. Kicking a 32-yard field goal is up and good. That made it 3-0 Knights. The Cobras said, okay, a field goal, we can do that as well. Lawson Thorne, the winner from a couple weeks ago over J.I., up and good. That ties it up at 3. Then with about 3:30 left in the second quarter, Cane Bay able to get first on the end zone. Now 9-3 Cobras. The Knights decide to get a TD as well. Jason Davis throws it long to Brett Mars, who then runs it all the way down into the end zone. Now 9-9. This time, as we see, rolling out, fires it deep to Mars. He's got it, and then he rumbles into the end zone. Raymond Owens all over it. Field goal or the extra point was good. That made it 10-3 Knights, but we go to the board. And Cane Bay comes back. They strike down Stratford by your final score of 22-17.
Blitz on 2 keeps right on rolling. Let's do Summerville. Let's go to District 4 Stadium, and here we go. Love when everybody kind of breaks through the
banner.
The banner, yeah, the banner, and their stall coming out as well. Obviously, the Warriors, big underdogs in this one as we get underway. Marquez Spells, 55 yards for the touchdown. Dan, how many times has this dude done this every Friday night? The answer is a bunch. That is the answer. Stall going the other way after being down 7-0. That's Chris Akins. He's played well. We've had him in a lot of highlights here on the Blitz on 2. Akins a gain of 15 right there. But again, it is all Somerville. Though right here early on, Stall defense, as you see, stiffens a bit. And that's a tackle for a loss. We go to the board. Again, Somerville is on a roll, folks, right now. They look like the Somerville of old. 43-6 is your final. The Green Wave a winner.
Now West Ashley AR want what both Fort D and Goose Creek have, reigning region titles.
That's right. It will be interesting to see if that tough early season schedule will pay off down the stretch for Fort D. The Patriots hosting Goose Creek tonight. Let's check out the highlights from this one as the Blitz on 2 rolls on. We're 24-all at the break right here.
Yes, we are.
Gators kicking off start the second half. Cam Crummy with a nice return into Goose Creek territory. Very nice. Patriots cap off the drive with another Zion Reynolds touchdown. That is coming up. Or there he is. That's Reynolds right there, right? Okay.
This is right here. Zion had a big night on Monday. He must be a WWE fan. A little Friday night smackdown, throwing the Gator chomp as well.
Yep, that touchdown made it 31-24 Fort D. 34-24. Now Gators trying to answer. Drew Moore, nowhere to go. He is sacked by a slew of Fort D defenders right there. Patriots looking good. There's head coach LaPrade right there. First play on the ensuing drive, Zoltan Osborne. The strike.
Multi-Snyder.
Multi-Snyder. I could not read Dan's writing on the slant. I could read slant, though. 50 yards on the pitch and catch. It's 41-24. Fort D to the board we go. High-scoring affair. 48-31 is your final. Fort D wins it. Blitz on 2 rolls on. We're going to check in with another Lowcountry squad that began the evening with just one loss.
And I might take that paper right back. That would
You
be
might.
the James Island Trojans. J.I. welcoming a
right
talented May River squad to the backyard. In we go, some blue smoke.
Look at
as
that.
J.I. runs onto the field. And here we go. Armontre Scott takes it and maneuvers his way upfield, gets some blocks, makes a nice man miss, then returns it to the May River 45. What an effort there by Armontre. We saw him a couple weeks ago in the top plays of the week. Next play, first play from scrimmage, Liam Nixon tosses it to Tyquell Maxwell, who finds downfield to a wide open Washi Ravenel. Bye-bye, 45 yards, TD. Patriots, or not Patriots, but Trojans up 7-0. May River now with a bad snap on the punt. Trojans go after it and they recover. Jermani Brown recovers deep in May River territory. And once again, the Trojans turn that into points. James Maxwell, easy touchdown, makes it 14-0 Trojans. And they are pouring it on from there. Tank Scott rumbles in. Watch Tank, bounces off tackles.
Man,
Nobody's going to bring him down.
he has a low center of gravity.
I tell you what, next play, Scott, again, touchdown, James Island. PAT no good, but have no fear. Tank Scott is here. We go to the board, and James Island, everybody do the Trojan Rumble. J.I., prevails 34-7.
Let's keep this thing rolling, shall we? Berkeley and Wando in Mount Pleasant. Always like the captain shot there at the start, Dan. The pitch to Josh Smalls for the Stags here. He doesn't get anywhere, though. Connor Terrell with the tackle right there. Smalls was a real workhorse. More on him later. Defensive struggle early on. Warriors going the other way. Brooks Lemke on the sweep. He gets about 8 yards before he's brought down. Then Landon Bryant for the home team. Up the gut for 10 yards. Finds a little seam. Breaks a couple tackles. Gain of 10. That set up this field goal by Josh Weeks, friend of the program. Weeks nails a 35-yarder. It's 3-zip Warriors. Stags trying to move the ball. It's Smalls. I will call his name again and again. He takes the pitch. Gain of 7. The guy's a workhorse. Finally knocked out of bounds. Smalls one more time with feeling. 10 yards. Look at this. Oh, then he slips. He was going to go for a really, really big gainer. Neither team could get much going in that first half. Defensive struggle all night long. To the board we go. Couple three-run homers and three three-run homers and a safety for Wando. 11-0 is your final. The Warriors a winner over the Stags. And we're just getting started here on the Blitz on 2. We're going to step away for just a moment.
Yeah, that's right. More highlights and scores from across the Lowcountry. I may need some more papers on the other side of this break. Stay with us.
And welcome back to the Blitz on 2. I'm Mark Morgan. The action never lets up.
That is right. I'm Dan Fanning. Lucy Beckham trying to respond after falling on the road last week at May River. Bengals back in the lower state, I guess the lower country this evening. I guess they're always in the lower state. Anyway,
yeah.
Lucy Beckham taking on Bluffton this evening. As you see, Chalmers Ballard heading off to number 2. Rumbles down. I think he might rumble all the way. And they will not bring, maybe they finally bring him down inside the 10. Lucy Beckham. Later in the drive, maybe that drive stalls because we don't have another play. Bluffton, the Bobcats, now on offense, rumbling down inside maybe the 30-yard line. Lucy Beckham, I guess that drive stalled is good. Lucy Beckham with a short chip shot field goal there. Lucy Beckham again on offense. Don't have a shot sheet.
Bengals.
Savannah never sends one. Anyway, keep going. Lucy Beckham, I guess it was homecoming in Bluffton. We
Lucy
don't know
Beckham
who won.
looking pretty good on the road tonight, Dan.
Anyway, Lucy Beckham, how about it? We talked about him off shot sheet, and we'll go to the final score. The Bengals, Lucy Beckham back in the win column with a 22-14 victory.
And some early week action. That's North Charleston Hanahan squaring off last night. District 4 Stadium. The Hawks, second play from scrimmage. Jaden Cummings goes up top and finds Drew Goldsmith, 31 yards on the play, 6-zip Hanahan. Then the try for 2. The holder Braden Joseph hits Hunter Strader. Conversion is good, 8-0 Hawks. Hanahan, good club with it again. Kevon Rivera will take the handoff right up the gut. He's dragging tacklers as he goes. 15 yards for the score. Another 2-point conversion made it 16-zip. Cougars trying to move the chains. Jaden Sparks on the end around. He fights for extra yardage, just short of a first down. That drive would stall. Second quarter action now. The Hawks punch it in again. Caden Gaddis with the short run. 23-0 Hawks after the PAT. Your final. Hanahan wins it 37-6. The Hawks improve to 5-1 on the season.
We're going to Military Magnet. Try to look up the score, so I don't know if we have that. We'll go to the highlights. Military Magnet going on the road to face Baptist Hill.
There we go. There's a nice opening shot, Lisa Smalls.
Live TV, folks. Robert Perrineau, the third nice run up the middle for MMA. We saw them last week against Burke. Caleb Brown, nice gain, keeps it himself, 25 yards, coming right at you for the Bobcats. Then Caleb Brown one more time, a QB draw. And he calls his own number, looks for somebody to pass to, decides to take it himself. Round the left side and 20 yards for the score. The try for two is good. The pass to Martrell Wright. That made it 8-0 Baptist Hill. And Mark is reaching out to Coach Brown. We're waiting for a score.
Let's go to the board because I know the score. I'm not sure if it's in yet. Let's go to the board, Gerard, and we'll show everybody the final. It was 48-8 Baptist Hill. Baptist Hill wins this game 48-8. All right, let's check out some other Skeeza scores right here. Actually, that's Burke St. John's. That score not in. Coach, text me right now. We'll get that in before the end of the evening. And elsewhere now, as I mentioned, some Skeeza highlights. Several Lowcountry teams in action this evening. Yeah,
that is right. After two losses on the road, PorterGale hoping the friendly confines of home get them back in the win column this evening. And downtown we go. LMA, the Swamp Cats. Bryson Smith with the carry, a nice 15-yard gain. He's tackled by a host of Cyclones. Then Tyler June fires to short to Thomas Sumter, a gain. The Swamp Cats moving the ball. Lane Bowen finds a seam, a gain of 12 there by the Swamp Cats. Then Tyler June keeps it himself. The pile moves forward at the goal line. And they say, is he in? After some debate, I think they give it to him. Touchdown visitor, that makes it 14-0. And Lawrence Manning comes down to PorterGale, and they blank the Cyclones 14-0.
Other action, Thomas Sumter, Palmetto Christian. Craziest sequence of the night. Thomas Sumter inside the 10, final seconds of the first half, trailing 7-3. Joe Biscotti at the goal line, intercepts it, returns it to the 20-yard line. There's less than 10 seconds left. They're going to take a knee? No, they're not. Are you kidding me? Watch the pass from Hayden Burris to Grayson Campbell, who's a quarterback playing wide receiver. He fires downfield to Peyton Shaw.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
80 yards for the touchdown. Wow. 14-3 Eagles at the break. They celebrate, go to the board, though. I think we're going to be seeing this play again, but your final, Thomas Sumter beat Palmetto Christian, the final 15-14. Not on your board, though, but Sumter comes away a 1-point winner. One final timeout here on the Blitz on 2.
Yeah, look at some more scores from around the Lowcountry. Also, our play of the night. Did we just see it? Find out on the other side of this break.
And welcome back to the Blitz on 2 on this Friday night. I'm Mark Morgan along with Dan Fanning. We've showed you a lot of highlights from around the Lowcountry. Now we're going to kind of go through some scores right here. Woodland remains unbeaten, man. They are now, I think, 7-0, 54-14, the final over Ridgeland, Hardyville, and also Timberland, a nice effort over Academic Magnet. There's Academic Magnet's first loss of the season, 47-7. Timberland, your final there.
Hilton Head blanks Colleton County 19-0. Also a high-scoring affair between Lake Marion and BE. Lake Marion wins 12-7.
And a few other scores of note as we buzz around the Lowcountry again. This is week 7 of the Blitz on 2. There we go. First Baptist beat Northwood Academy, your final there, 43-0. Nice win for Johnny Waters, guys. And Florence Christian was a winner over Pinewood Prep, your final there, 28-6.
In other Skeeza action, Colleton Prep continues their winning ways. They beat Bethesda Academy 25-14. We're also waiting on a Beaufort Battery Creek score. If you have it, please send it in as well. We go back to the Skeeza board. Patrick Henry defeats Dorchester Academy 44-12, and St. John's Christian gets beat by Andrew Jackson Academy 65-14.
And we revisit our play of the week. Again, a few seconds left in the first half between Thomas Sumter and Palmetto Christian. I don't know if it's a flea flicker or what you call this. Hayden Burris, the quarterback, to Grayson Campbell, who is lined up as a wide receiver, but he's a quarterback, fires downfield to Peyton Shaw, 80 yards for the touchdown. Wow. Palmetto Christian with the play of the night. They do fall, though, by a score of 15-14 to Thomas Sumter. Let's kind of a look at some of the high school action around the Lowcountry tonight. Let's talk, as we look forward, we got a couple minutes here as far as we want to talk about college football for tomorrow. What jumps out at you? Again, it looks like, by the way, as we look to the South Carolina game against Kentucky, the quarterback Will Levis will likely play for Kentucky in that game. He's allegedly been injured this week. Yeah,
I don't know I guess the win total, or at least the record. Obviously, you're a Kentucky guy. I'm South Carolina. Obviously, Kentucky's had South Carolina number over the past 7-8 years. So, yeah, if Will Levis plays, that will be a big gain for the Wildcats. If not, I still think with Chris Rodriguez coming back last week, it's going to be tough to slow your guys down on the ground.
I won't call us we, at least not this time anyway. Clemson on the road against Boston College. I expect the Tigers tomorrow night to have no problem whatsoever. They just beat two quality teams in Wake Forest and NC State. BC not nearly as good as those two. It could be a struggle, but we're talking about Clemson's beating them 11 straight times.
Yeah, now kind of you wearing your purple. I don't know if that's a good omen for tomorrow, but Furman comes back to town to face the Citadel. Charleston Southern on the road at Campbell. Coastal on the road at ULM, so a lot of action tomorrow. I think a lot of them are late games, so hopefully we can get some action in, some highlights in the early show tomorrow. And
you'll be handling all of that. So make sure and check Dan out tomorrow at 6, 7, and 11 right here on News 2. As always, thanks so much for joining us here on the Blitz on 2 on this Friday night. I'm Mark Morgan.
And I am Dan Fanning. Thanks for tuning in to Week 7. Join us next week for Week 8. As always, thanks for watching and have a great weekend.